Fine. Good afternoon, friends. Once again, now we will be in today's section. In today's session, we require to go for a first assignment. We require to go for a first assignment of a software testing and quality assurance. Okay. So already we have seen the various concepts that are involved in a first assignment. So what is mean by the first of all the test cases, test plan, test scenario, then the unit testing, integration testing, white box testing, and the black box testing. All these things we have already seen. Now just for we will be required to do this assignment by using this test launch tool. Okay, so kindly type that one testlaunch.com on the this particularly the browse in a browser. Okay, then you click on this particularly the try test launch free button. So here you can be type your first name. Just you can see here will be what the registration form it contains. Okay, first name, last name, then the email ID, fine, then the password. Okay, then the retyping and a password. Then the here you can be enter the one particularly the site name, your own web address. Okay, you can be type the any kind of things. Let us time keeping that one the SK Sonkar. I am here typing that one. So what I will get in our site address is nothing but the or the web application that I would like to will get as nothing but the the https:// okay /sksonkar.testlaunch.com. Now just create my account. Site address has already taken. Okay, let us take only the Sonkar 1983. Here the password is once again I would like to type. Okay, so just you will be see here it will be. So what the thing is, there will be the site address that we have got is nothing but the http://sonkar1983.testlaunch.com. okay, so here the email ID it required to type fine, then password we need to type fine, then just you can be see that one for a login page we are having this email ID is nothing but the user ID, password field, then the remember me and the forget password that we have discussed this particularly the test cases. Okay, at the time of a discussion. So clicking on the login button, fine. Now the first step is what we need to create a new project. So here you can be given a login page. Okay, project login page of application, okay, that is nothing but the name of a project, adding this particularly project as a name, login page application. Actually I will share you this particular video later on. I am doing on the another laptop. Fine. So the first thing is what just you can be see here it will be a login page application, project name is here created. Fine. Then the first step is we need to have a test plan. So click on this particularly the test plan button. So here you are having that one the new test plan button. So clicking on that one the new test plan. So the for what login page test plan. Here we are giving that one. Login page test plan is we are giving. So the adding this test plan. Here we are having the two type, that one, that already here they are suggesting that one, the template, and another there will be another is nothing but the blank. So as per our choice we need to select that one. So the template and the blank. So we will be considering that one the template. So the after that one, here we need to make the select on the or the click on the add test plan. Add test plan button. Fine. Then you can be see here it will be after creating that test plan, here the introduction, test items, features to be tested, features not to be tested, approaches, atom pass fail criteria, suspension criteria, test deliver, testing tasks, environmental needs, responsibilities, staffing and the training needs, schedule, risk and contingencies, approval. So all these are the included into a test plan. Okay. Now let us consider that one. The in an introduction, what the things we need to add. Just click on this introduction, and in this place edit option. So here it is an in a introduction is what this project is tested for login page application. Login page application. Okay. So after that one, you can be have a save changes. So for which particular purpose this project is created. Okay. Features to be tested. So another option is there will be. Okay. So the here once again click on that one. The what we need to check is nothing but the features to be tested, in which we need to test the testing is done for login feature such as such as username, such as verifying username and password, etc. Okay. etc. So save changes. So the features to be tested, username and the password. So like that one, the atom pass fail criteria and all these things are in a test plan. Fine. Then the next step is nothing but the after a test plan, the requirement step is there will be. The requirement step is there will be. So in this case, new requirement document is there will be. Click on that one. So the login page requirement. Login page requirement. Give the title for that one. Okay. Give the title for that one and click on the add requirement document button. Add requirement document button. So the whatever maybe the requirements are there will be, you can be add into this new requirement option. New requirement option. Okay. Or the button. So the new requirements. Okay. Requirements for requirements for login page. Login page. Description is what? Requirements. Okay. So the requirements are nothing but the what it required to have that one. What kind of requirements are there will be for a login page? We need a browser. Okay. Let us considering that one. Okay. We for to check that particularly the application. So you can be having any particularly things. Okay. As requirements. Okay. Etc. kind of things. Okay. Fine. Then we require to add this requirement. Like that one, n number of a requirement you can be add into this requirement step phase. Then the another step is nothing but the test suite. So already I had discussed with you, test suite is nothing but the collection of test cases for a different test scenario. So click on this new test suite. So title or the name is given here, the login page test scenario. Okay. Test plan that you need to consider for this particular test suite is nothing but the login page test plan. Add this test suite. Add this particularly within a test suite. Okay. Now we can be measure create a new test cases for this one. Okay, first of all, we will be add this one untitled as an login page test cases. Login page test suite scenario. Okay. Now within this one we need to add that one the number of test cases. So click on this new test cases. The first one is nothing but the test case 1. Test case 1. What is the test case 1 for a login page? Is nothing but valid ID and the valid password. Valid ID and valid password. The description is what? Description is what? Here it will be a successful login. Successful login when the user is entered valid ID and valid password. Okay, for a successful login. Okay. Test step is nothing but what? The user enter valid user ID and then valid password. Fine. Then the expected result is what? Valid login, and the case is what? Pass. Okay. The case is what? Pass. So the add this particularly the test case. Okay. So the second test case is case 2 is nothing but the valid ID and invalid password. So the here it will be in description we need to write what? Invalid login when valid ID and invalid password. Okay. Test step is what? User is need to enter valid ID and then invalid password. Okay. Expected result is what? So the invalid login because of what? User is entered the valid ID but not entered in a valid password. That's why the invalid login. The case is what? Here it will fail. Okay. Successful login will ka 9. Then the what we can that one? It is that's why we need to say the fail. So this particularly add the test case. Okay. Now the third test case is nothing but the test case 3. Test case 3 is nothing but the invalid ID and valid password. So here it will be a description is what? Invalid login when user enters what? Invalid ID and valid password. Okay. Fine. Test step is what? User is need to enter invalid ID and then valid password. Fine. So what will be the expected result is nothing but the invalid login and what? Invalid login. Case is what? Fail. Unsuccessful login. Then last case is nothing but the test case 4. Invalid login and invalid password. Fine. So here it will be invalid login. Okay. So when the user enters, and the user enters invalid login and invalid password, fine. Test step is what? User is need to enter invalid ID and invalid password, and the expected result is what? Invalid login, and the case is what? Fail. Fine. Now this is a last test case for a login test scenario. Fine. So these are the 4 test cases. Okay. These are the 4 test cases you can be see here. Fine. Then after the test cases, we need to require to run these particularly the test cases or the test scenario. Fine. So the click on this new test run. Test run name is there will be login page test run, login page test run, login page test run, assignment 1. Okay, test plan is nothing but the login page test plan. Okay, so the select the test suite and the cases for this particularly plan. So the selecting that one test suite and the test cases. So the here we are having the test scenario is nothing, test suite is nothing but the login page test scenario. Okay, and the number of test cases is required, we have entered is nothing but the 4. Select this particularly the test cases, 4 test cases in the login page test scenario. Okay, so this is an selected. So close this one. Fine. So the here you can be see that one the scenario is what? Login page test scenario that we need to run. 4 test cases are there will be. You need to assign the responsibility of running of test cases or this test suite. So assign that one the user. Assign that an user. So let us consider the Srinivas Sonkar is responsible to run this particularly the test cases or the test scenario. So the selecting that one and close it one. Okay. So you will be see it will be assigned user is nothing but the Srinivas Sonkar. Fine. Then we need to add this particularly the test run button, add test run button. Okay, now you can be see here there will be 4 test cases at this particular stage, not run, 0 is failed, 0 is passed, 0 is a skip. Okay, fine. So the login page test scenario still me the running state is not there will be not started. 4 test cases, 0% completed. So assigned user and pass fail skip cases is step is there will be, or the status is there will be. Fine. Then you can be have that one the option run tests, here the option. Okay, run test. Okay, so the now we need to require to run one by one test case. So the here will be a first test case. You can be see that one the number 1 TC0 is nothing but the test case 1 test case 01. Okay, so the valid ID and the valid password. Description is there will be successful login. Steps are nothing but the user is required to enter the valid ID and valid password. So the expected result is what? So the valid or the successful login. Successful login, and the case is a pass. So for that particular purpose, you need to click on this pass button. So the first test is over. Now the second test case is nothing but the valid ID and the invalid password. What will be the actual result for this one is nothing but the invalid login. So it means what an case is means the whether user is able to have that one the whether user is required to means the go for that particularly the home page of that application. No. So the let us consider that one the here the case is fail. Here the case is a fail. What it required to have a case is a fail or the pass. Let us consider that one it is a negative. That's why we need to say that on the fail. So here it will be click on that on the fail. Is there will be test case is a pass or fail. Invalid login is there will be when user is gonna enter a valid ID and then invalid password. Okay. So the what it required to have an invalid login. Expected result is what? Invalid login, and the case is a nothing but the pass. Case is a pass, or what you need to require to say. Okay. If it is both that and a user is gonna enter user is gonna enter a valid ID and then invalid password, then what will be the result? Invalid login. Okay. The case is a pass. The case is a pass. The third case is once again is there will be third case is there will be when the user is enter an invalid ID and the valid password, then the case is what? Expected result is what? Invalid login, and the case is what? Pass. Case is a pass. And the fourth one is what? Invalid login. Invalid username and the invalid password. Okay. Invalid username and the invalid password. Okay. Then the invalid login is an expected result. Invalid login. Okay. And the case is a pass. Case is a pass. So all these four cases are nothing but the pass. Now we need to see that on the test run summary. So here you can see that on the all the four test cases we have run. So for 4 test cases, all that 4 cases are nothing but the past. Okay, all these 4 cases are the past. Okay, so as per that one the expected result, fine. So all these 4 cases are the past for that one. Okay, if it is in a valid ID and the valid password, then it is in a pass. Okay, as per that one the scenario. Then the remaining 3 for an invalid login. If it is means the user enter an invalid ID and the valid password. If it is a user enter an invalid ID and the invalid password, and if the user is enter an valid ID and the invalid password. So for all remaining 3 cases, so it will be an invalid login. But if user enter an according to that one, then the case is a pass. Fine. So this will be shows that when all the 4 cases are the pass. So you can have that one also prepare a test report. That is a final statement of our assignment. So the export the test run, this is an option. So you can export. Okay, here it will be an Excel file we have got. Also the another option is there will be view test run result report. So that it will be shows that one. Fine. So here we have total tests are nothing but the 4 test cases. Completed test 4, 100% is completed. Okay. So it is a manual testing is there will be. Now just you can see here this particularly the Excel file, that is nothing but the test report. 1 minute. I think that one you are not possible to see that on a screen. So this will be I will stop this particularly screen, and once again need to share it one. This particularly the Excel file that we have downloaded. So just you can see here it will be test run name, login page test. Okay, login page test run assignment 1. Then the past cases are nothing but the 4. Okay, when it will be created, the test case 1 is nothing but what is the test case 1? Valid ID and the valid password. Test case 2 is a valid ID, invalid password. Test case 3 invalid ID, valid password, and the fourth case is invalid login, invalid ID and the invalid password. Okay, so like that one, and here it will be you can see that one all the test cases are the pass, and the actual result are nothing but the first one is successful, and the remaining 3 are the required to show the invalid login message. So as per this, we need to accept this particularly application. As per this, we need to accept this particularly the application. Fine. So starting from the first point to up to the end of this particularly, I had means the discussed or they explained all the concepts, and I had shown the each and every testing part also. So the according to that and a concept. Fine. Okay. So I think that one all of you have understand this particularly the first assignment. Okay. Thank you. Just use required to save this file on the desktop. Fine. Okay, stop sharing and the stop recording. Thank you.